So how long you been working out?
So I've been in the fitness for, I want to say, about 35 years now. So just started out knowing that I needed to do something to stay in shape. And then I started slow. Started going to the gym at my job and just slowly started, continuing to work out and to where I am now. So,
Right. Um, why do you think it's important for like black men especially to stay in tune with their fitness and health and be conscious of those decisions?
Well, the reason why I decided that it was time for me because I was in my 20s and I was working for the federal government. I was working for the Department of Justice and the Federal Bureau of Prisons. And I was on the night shift, working in the jail on the night shift. I'm going to school during the day.
Okay.
And not working out at all. I smoked cigarettes. I was drinking a lot, partying and all of that stuff, just thinking, living life. And then I remember one night I was at work and, locked inside this jail, studying because I was working night shifts, so all the inmates were locked down for the night.
Right.
And I was studying, and all I can remember was thinking that I heard the door being unlocked by the control center. They have to press a button to unlock the door. And I thought I heard it because I had dozed off, and I was like, oh my God, that's my lieutenant coming in, And so I jumped up, but when I jumped up, I started getting real sharp pains.
Okay.
And I thought I was having a heart attack. So went to the hospital, they checked me out and everything, and they basically was like, if you continue, the road that you're on, you're not gonna make it to 40 with your smoking and drinking and all that stuff. And that was a serious wake-up call to me.
Right.
I was like, in my 20s, are you serious? So I was like, well, what do I have to do? So that's when I really started my fitness journey. So.
Nice. And how long you been competing?
So I started competing, actually bodybuilding, after I retired. So I retired, and then I competed for the first time 5 years ago at 55. So,
Oh wow, that's great.
Yeah.
That's inspirational.
Yeah, that was actually one of my co-workers had been doing personal training for a minute and working at the gym with one of my co-workers. She told me that she had decided to do it. And I remember watching her journey, thinking to myself, wow, because before she started, she was in great shape, I thought.
Right.
And just to watch her journey and to watch, her body form into I was like, wow. So one day we was at work waiting for our clients, chatting, and I was telling her how, how proud I was of her accomplishment and everything. And she was like, well, you should do it. And I kind of laughed, and I was like, girl, I'm too old for that. And she was like, no, I'm serious, you can do it. And I was like, So she ended up giving me her coach's phone number. I was like, I ain't gonna call him. But she was like, just give him a call and talk to him. So I said, all right, let me get my call. So I called him, and kind of told him, what I was doing, where I was in my fitness and everything, and that I was interested in maybe, seeing where I can go and compete against, guys my age.
Right.
And he was like, well, if I train you, you're going to be competing against everybody, not just guys your age. I was like, really? So we kind of chatted, and he told me what it entailed and all that stuff. And I was intrigued, and so I signed up.
All right. What's the average age for the people who bodybuild?
Oh, my God, they're in their 20s.
20s.
Maybe 30s. I want to say maybe younger 30s. But definitely young. My first time competing, I competed against a 20-year-old.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I got second, and then others, but I got second place my first time competing.
That's what I was going to ask. You won a couple trophies along the way, right?
Oh, yeah. I've come in first place a lot in my 8th division. And a lot of second and thirds in the open division, which I'm really proud of. So.
Nice.
Being able to compete against 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, and 40-year-olds, and actually be in the running was something. So
yeah, that's a big deal because it takes a lot of preparation to get ready for these shows.
Oh
right?
my God, it takes a lot, a lot.
Diet, sleep.
Yes.
working, how often you work out,
Yes,
when you work out.
yes. And then the way it's done now, my coach, he'll give me my exercises
Mm-hmm.
and he would give me my meal plan. And then I check in with him twice a week with photos and everything. Because believe it or not, I probably saw my coach maybe 2 or 3 times during the whole process because
Oh
it was
wow.
doing, and he lived in the same state as I did in Maryland.
Oh wow.
But it was pretty much done online and everything. And like I said, I checked in with him twice a week, and just to see with my body how my body changed from where it was, where I thought I was in amazing shape,
Right.
to where I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. So it really works. So, I mean, if you're committed to it and you're committed to wanting to see a major change like that and actually getting up on stage, um, it's exciting. So it was exciting for me.
Yeah.
So my last show, I did it one more time this year.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and just knowing that this was my last time, I wasn't as nervous going in. So I went in and did the best I could and got third place for my last time competing. So I'm happy.
Good.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Third out of how many?
Oh, I'm gonna say seven.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty big deal.
Yeah.
Since you're retired, like, do you have time to like train people?
So I actually decided to go ahead and go back into the personal training.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been a personal trainer now for well over 20 something years.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I did all my personal training when I lived in Maryland, so I now living here in Atlanta. I've been here for over a year, and then just kind of trying to get settled into the new city.
Mm-hmm.
And so now that we're settled in, I'm going to go ahead and get back into the personal training. I've already got a couple of clients lined up.
Nice.
And I'm also going to get back into the bodybuilding coaching, so which is different from the personal training. So I'm going to start doing both again.
Nice.
Like I said, I've been doing it for over 20 years. And I actually was a partner with of a gym in Maryland before I moved here.
Oh, okay.
It was doing
Like you owned it? You
oh
part
yeah,
owner?
part yeah.
Oh, nice.
It was doing extremely well until I actually got injured.
Okay.
I injured myself to the point where I couldn't train. I had to get surgery on both my arms because I couldn't train. So when you
And
don't,
you still went on to compete later on.
oh yeah, yeah,
Wow,
yeah.
okay.
So when you don't train, you lose your clients.
Yeah.
And the injuries that I suffered were pretty bad. So I had to get surgery on both of my arms. It took a very long time for me to recover. I had to go to physical therapy and all that stuff and everything. So I kind of stopped training. And so it's been a while. So it's been a couple of years since I've actually trained people.
What's your ideal client?
So my ideal client is someone who is actually serious about a lifestyle change.
Mm-hmm.
We do get clients that come in for a specific reason or a specific goal. Say they're getting married and they want to fit their dress. So we do get clients like that.
Right.
But my favorite are people that want to make that whole lifestyle change.
Right. Yeah.
Because that's what it is. It's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
I mean, like we can work out and we can get the body that we want for that particular time.
Uh-huh.
But then it's going to go back to where it was if you're not,
Yep.
serious about that change.
Yep.
So yeah, my favorite ones are like they're in it, for the rest of their life. Meaning, it's not about just working out. It's about eating right, taking your vitamins and
Resting.
all that stuff. Resting.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, which I have a hard time doing. But like I have people that I follow, that still follow me in Maryland that I see that are still committed to, to all their training, and I'm happy to see that they're still doing it, even though they're doing it with other trainers or even by themselves. I'm happy to see that they continue to, after working with me. So, but yeah, those are my favorite ones. The ones that are really serious about lifestyle change. So,
Nice. So what type of training do you do?
so I do group training. I do boot camp. I do one-on-one. I do It's called like if you just have like a couple of people,
Okay.
and then I do the bodybuilding coaching. So the bodybuilding coaching I started doing probably a year or so after I had been training.
Mm-hmm.
And my mentor was my coach, so he kind of like mentored me and showed me how the process works where you're actually a coach and not the client.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, my first client went on to compete, and he got first place in both of the competitions that he were in. So
Nice. So you know what
my
you're doing,
very
apparently.
first, and this is the funny thing about it. I was training. My coach was training me at the same time I was training my very first client.
Uh,
And so I put my client in this competition in Baltimore. And then a week later, my coach told me that I was going to be competing in that same competition. And we ended up competing against each other.
oh wow.
He took first place, I took second place.
Oh, that's
So it wasn't.
that's
So I was a little
achievement,
bit upset because I didn't win, but I was happy that my
Yeah.
very first client won.
and beat you. So
Yeah,
you must be doing
yeah.
something right.
Yeah, so that was funny. But yeah, then I went on to coach others that went on to compete and do very well and everything. So I'm definitely going to get back into that. And I said that I had stopped competing. I mean, I had stopped training for those years, but I was actually training my husband
Okay.
during that time, and he actually became a pro. So
See, look at that.
even though I wasn't getting paid to train him, I trained him to where now he is an actual bodybuilding pro. So I was very proud of that. So yeah.
That's good. That's nice. So where can people find you if they're interested in hiring you as their trainer?
Okay, so they can follow me on my social medias. My IG is FitDad01. My IG again is FitDad01, and I'll show you. I have a clothing line called Fit Dad Clothing Line too. So
Oh, nice. A little side hustle.
yeah, little side hustle with So I have my little clothing line. On Facebook it's Kenneth Johnson. Just look Kenneth Johnson up on Facebook. So.
Nice.
But yeah, and I'll be posting a lot on Twitter. It's FitDad01. I'll be posting not on Twitter. Yeah,
FITDAD.
Yeah, FITDAD on Twitter and also on TikTok, FitDad01. So you can find FitDad01 and all those social media. So
Do you do any training videos, like little snippets?
yes, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually post some of my older videos from when I was training in Maryland, and then moving forward, I'm gonna start posting stuff as I start working with my new clients here. So, yeah.
Nice.
But if they go to my social medias and just scroll down, because you have to scroll a little bit because it's been a while since I trained you'll come across a lot of me training a lot of people on my Fit Dad page, so on IG. So check it out. You'll see the guy that I was talking about that I trained that won his first title. He's on there. A lot of the other clients that I had while I was in Maryland, they're also on there. And you'll see me doing a lot of boot camp training with people, a lot of group training with people. So it's there, but you just have to scroll a little bit
Nice.
as I start to rebuild my clientele here in Atlanta. So
Nice. And go follow at the Grooming Quarters ATL to
Definitely.
find more content like this.
this is so cool. I love this. I love this concept. And then look at this though. Yeah.
Thank you. Peace. Thanks for watching.